didn't possibly, even for 1 millisecond, think Sidney Crosby gets rusty, did you? So last week, fellas, we were blessed by the hockey gods with one of the nicest moves by one of the best NHL players, period.
And McDavid against Morgan Riley. McDavid, what a move! What a play! What a goal!
So anything Connor can do, Sid can do better. Maybe not so much. That might be putting it a little heavy. But if we factor in the fact Sidney Crosby was out with injury since November 9th, had surgery, and then did this in his return, I don't know.
With Aston Reese, not McCann. Crosby back of the cage to himself, looking, centering pass across, score! Dominic Simon and a brilliant feed from Sidney Crosby.
Hey Sid, so nice to have you rejoin us here.
Like, here's the thing. Dominic Simon was like, oh crap, like this is Sidney Crosby. It's like, I've been playing with a bunch of non-Sidney Crosby-esque players until this day, and like, this guy is significantly better than almost everybody in the entire league. Like, imagine you miss 2.5 months of work and you come back and you're just fine. Like, you're fine. Yeah, it's like you never left at all.
Right.
None of us would do that. In fact, Donovan next week is going to come here and mess up 18 times. His earpiece will fall out and he'll have to stop because he's coughing. No, Sid just comes back to work 4 points, including that beauty of a pass.
I know.
Unreal.
I haven't been here at This Week in 30 for quite some time. It's taken me a minute to slot back in.
Yeah, we know, man. We know. We know.
But I'm saying 2.5 months, as you mentioned, it's almost like he's been waiting to do this since November. Out for 28 games, and this is the return he has, part of a 4-point night. So it's not like this was a one-off, and it never is for Sidney Crosby. But I love to see it, and I love to see the Penguins winning in his return, because it's one thing for him to come back and do well. It's another for the team to do well, and you know it's given them an extra boost as if they needed it because they were playing well.
Look, everyone was focused on the self-pass behind the net. Awesome, not undermining that at all. But the pass after that, to get to Simon, to score that goal, that's what I gravitated towards first. I'm like, how do you even think of making that pass? And our good friend, Justin Bourne, again, Connor McDavid's goal was so nice last week that we just started a brand new segment called The Breakdown, where he observed it from every angle, and RIP to Morgan Riley. That's okay. I guess literally now, too, because my guy's out of the lineup, but that's a different topic for a completely different day. Bourne is back with another breakdown, breaking this one down. A bit of a disappointment, though, when he showed me the puck that Crosby intended to pass to Simon actually hit the defender's back. No, I wasn't upset, but I was like, takes away a tiny bit from you. But again, you still have to be Sidney Crosby to think like that, and that's what made it so special. And by the way, you can see the breakdown, youtube.com/Sportsnet. It is incredible. The graphics, the little comments by Justin Bourne, the little things he sees. He's so smart, and it makes you appreciating this goal a whole lot more, you know?
E.T., it's been a minute since you've been here, so just in case, Faze, can you please remind him what our motto is here on This Week in 30?
This Week in 30, we thrive in petty.
It's beautiful, right? You can see it in lights. And do we ever have a beautiful example, a delicious, tasty treat to add this week with our favorite pest, Brad Marchand.
Brad Marchand must score to keep the game going. Marchand overskates the puck. He touched it, though, with his stick. The officials get together.
He moved it forward.
If he touched the puck with his stick, that's going to count.
He did move it forward.
It's over. Marchand flubs it. And the Flyers win in the shootout. 6-5 is your final.
Just keep it on loop forever.
You could replay.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
Not for that guy. Not for a lot of people, and I think that's why everybody got their kicks. It's like, if there is anybody to have this happen to, it's Brad Marchand, and it's in a shootout.
It's poetic.
And it's like that. And I know he had some clapbacks, and he got into it on social media, but everything
that's what you do when you're sad. You get
everything he took
to Twitter fingers,
he deserved. And the only response was to go to social media, which of course he did.
He did. And I will say, like, I don't know if I noticed this later, but the fact that the guy that did tweet at him being like how ridiculous that is, his Twitter name was like Peasant, so he came back at him with "you peasant," and I had originally thought, like, it's a nice little dig. I like the word.
I know,
peasant.
it wasn't pretty good rhetoric.
Like, you dream
dream about me, bro.
Right.
You pretend you're me in your driveway,
in the backyard,
right?
in the driveway.
It is a pretty gangster retort. It'd be more gangster if you didn't miss the puck going in for a shootout attempt to try to tie the game for your team,
That's
bro.
it. And
so that's it.
And don't show me. It's like, what have you done for me lately? I don't want to see a picture of you holding the Stanley Cup.
10 years ago, bro.
Yeah,
Don't care.
That happened a long time ago.
The internet forgets, man. Gritty got him too, right? On Twitter with that just missed it by a lick.
By a lick.
Because Brad Marchand licks people, right? Like, yeah.
We get it.
Yeah.
Gritty's on top of his social game.
Can we just all laugh again?
Brad. I said this on Healthy Scratch. I don't think circling calendars is really a thing, but like highlight your iPhone date of January 29th and February 1st because the Battle of Alberta full-on war reignited. This is serious business between Zach Kassian and Matthew Tkachuk, and I'm interested to see what you guys thought of this whole thing because there's many people in the party of defending Kassian. There's many people who are saying Tkachuk did the right thing. He's better served on the ice than in the penalty box. It was a scene, and Kassian suspended 2 games, but coming back for their their next meeting on that January 29th date.
Right, and back-to-back games as well.
Home and home.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Let's start with this.
Tell me.
Cassian's language post-game, not here for that, by the way. Like, we don't need to use terms like he's used to describe players in this day of age. Like, we're better than that. So I just want to get that out of the way in itself because I thought that was bad. I also thought what he did on the ice was pretty bad as well. Like, I get you're mad, but like that is very dangerous. There were a lot of people suggesting, no, he shouldn't be suspended. They settled it on the ice. He did what he had to do. My guy almost knocked it. Like, Tkachuk's head almost hit the ice several times. Yeah. He had no helmet on, being sucker punched from behind. I get he went in hard on Kassian. By the letter of the law in the NHL, his hits were legal. The NHL deemed that way as well by not suspending him or putting any more discipline on him for his hits on Kassian. But, man, Zach deserved to be suspended, in my opinion, and I don't even think 2 games was enough. It's great because he's back for these games, and as a viewer of sports that enjoys it, we get to see it, but I'm worried that something deep is going to happen now because it didn't seem like he cared or had much remorse for any of his actions.
No, and if anything, the most recent time he spoke, he said he would do it all over again.
Right.
If you play with fire, eventually you're going to get burned, and he messed with the wrong guy, and I don't think he realizes that we're in the same division and have a great memory.
Also, Calgary fans, I know you started a GoFundMe to put billboards up in Edmonton because you want Tkachuk's face everywhere so Kassian can see. I bet that guy's face is embedded in Kassian's head right now that you don't need to put up a single billboard for him to see because he's got that face on lock right now.
Coming up after the break, not only did LSU win the national championship in epic fashion, they also celebrated in epic fashion. We'll break it down on the other side, but first, here are the best plays from the ice this week.
Amadio, Martinez alone in front. Kempe dangling. What a save! James Reimer. Look at McDavid. Steal the puck from Hanneman. Here he comes. Scores! Lightning fast. Connor McDavid. Let go with Girgensons in over the line. Michael Watson. Scores! The Eiffel Tower on the rush. Yes, he just won't shoot it. Here's the Brats. What a save! Robin Leonard fully outstretched to make a dynamite denial. Washington, the offensive end, beautiful passing, hat trick for Alex Ovechkin on a wonderful feed from Tom Wilson. Wilson's knocked down here, Sidney scores! Zach Hyman. What a tip that is. Unbelievable. Marner, he's got room, side of the net, what a goal, Austin Matthews. Oh, they make it look easy, don't they? Here's Duclair looking for Borowiecki, the D-man back for Duclair. What a save, Leonard! A sprawling stop to keep his team in it. Forsberg lifts it up and tries to put it in and does. There's the goal he's been looking for. Janssen dropped it off. Kapanen stopped by Riddick. Stopped the rebound too. Janssen works it in with Matthews. Passes to Matthews. Stopped by Riddick. Wow, what a save. Paul looking, passing. Great save by Riddick. Robbery on Kapanen. He's made a handful of beauties, and that one tops the list.
And Crosby back of the cage to himself, looking, centering pass across, score! Brilliant feed from Sidney Crosby.
That is mastery by the captain.
Welcome back to This Week in 30, where, forgive me guys, but I'm a born American.
Yes.
Which means
we don't put that against you,
it's
for
not
the
a
record.
problem.
Okay,
Man,
all right.
It's okay.
Good,
That's
good. But it also
you're
means
forgiven.
that I love my college football, and this week was one of the best I think we have ever seen in terms of a culmination of a season. LSU going 15-0, led by Joe Burrow in probably the most unbelievable fashion because they won most of these games in a landslide. They were 7-0 against top 10 teams this year, won their last 3 games, the most important of the season, conference championship against UGA, semifinal against the Oklahoma Sooners, and then the title game against Clemson by a combined 79 points. 4 TDs per game. Joe Burrow, 60 TDs on the year. That's the best we've ever seen in college football. And there's a Canadian connection here.
Okay.
Because Joe's dad, Jim, actually played in the CFL and won a Grey Cup himself back in 1977 with the Montreal Alouettes. But Burrow actually breaking the family curse on American soil. I've never seen an emergence of a guy like we saw from Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Remember, he had to transfer from Ohio State just to get on the field to play at LSU. Goes on to win a Heisman Trophy and a national championship. He's going to be the #1 overall pick in the upcoming draft. He was an NFL afterthought. If there are 2 other guys that I can compare it to, and I don't think they come close to what Burrow did this season, it's Vince Young at Texas, and it's Cam Newton in his 1 year at Auburn. Those are the standards that we're talking about, and Burrow blew those out of the water, which I know had a lot of fans hype, but it also had a lot of alum hype. One guy in particular who was very open about stealing the show.
I'm selling these cleats. How much? 200,000. Hey, man. Uh-oh.
So, all right,
We see you.
Yeah,
OBJ.
we see you. I actually like the money thing. I thought that was like, all right, yeah, this guy's going to declare for the
Spread the wealth.
He better declare for the draft.
Well,
by the
that's
way,
it.
because,
He's out there handing money to juniors who haven't declared yet.
Yeah.
And you're talking about eligibility issues.
Also, the conversations were not that long to be like, yo, bro, are you? It was literally like smashing hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
$1,000
I rated that. I kind of like that. These kids don't get paid. Let them get paid. That's okay. That's a whole different story. Slapped the security guards, but there's a warrant now for his arrest because of that. I may have taken it a little too far. The celebration was obviously crazy in the LSU locker room after they won with cigars, and what people suggested was alcohol. The bottles were meant to disguise that, but OBJ probably doing a little too much, and not about you, my guy.
Okay, so LSU has the best Tiger in the game. They have literally on the field and off the field. But Joe Burrow, when you want to talk about his favorite athletes, I know Danielle and I, we happen to know Faizal.
I have no idea.
Who do you think Joe Burrow's favorite athlete might be?
100 guesses, and we need you to go off the board. Like, we're not looking for LeBron. We're not looking for
Giannis, no.
Tiger. Yeah, we'll at least tell you that it's
Serena,
a basketball player.
It's a basketball player?
It's a hooper.
You have 5 quick guesses. Go.
So it's not LeBron?
No.
Steph Curry?
No. Negative.
Kawhi Leonard?
No.
Chris Paul?
No.
Damian Lillard?
We need you to go
down the bench.
One guess
Deeper down the bench.
Bruno Caboclo?
I appreciate that.
Closer.
What are we saying?
Would you like to tell me?
One Matthew Dellavedova.
Do you feel a kinship? I mean, we've seen you over the years in the Delhi shirts.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
He's my man. I'm gonna hope to get a Bucks jersey now.
Okay. Is he your favorite player
in the world?
And why is that?
He hustles, gets on the floor. My kind of guy.
In the world.
In the world.
Really? I actually have lost all faith in Joe Burrow now.
It's over.
Any team looking to draft him, Cincy, I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
I'd reconsider. Anybody that has Matthew Dellavedova as their favorite athlete, that is the red flag. If you're looking for problems, that is it. Don't draft Joe Burrow. Anybody. I'm telling you. Let him just watch Delhi play and be like, oh, yeah, I wish I never said that.
All right, guys. Big week for Joe Burrow, but even bigger week for Canadian hoops. As Shai Gilgeous-Alexander puts up.
Bigger than winning the national championship?
I don't know. First ever triple-double. As far as Canadian hoops is concerned, first ever triple-double from a Canadian-born player. That against Andrew Wiggins, another Canadian, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. But 20 points, 20 boards, 10 assists. I'm talking that's a for-real triple-double.
It's like a big, supersized triple-double. We should clarify. Steve Nash, 3 triple-doubles in his career. Wasn't born in Canada, but is Canadian, of course. Before anybody starts yelling and getting at Eric on Twitter, say, Steve Nash did it. We know. He wasn't born here.
I have to say, and doing Sportsnet Central, I had to double check to make sure the stat was correct. I thought it was a triple-double 20-10-10,
yes.
not a 20-rebound triple-double. The youngest player ever to put up 20 boards in a triple-double since one Shaquille O'Neal. And by the way, he won a couple of championships and is a Hall of Famer.
I said it on Twitter, like, this guy might be an all-star. He probably deserves to be an all-star. I know the West is deep and voting is voting and respect is respect. And he's just in his second year of professional basketball. But, man, he's been doing this so consistently, not 20-10, but, like, massive games. And the team is winning. Him and Chris Paul, that tandem is unbelievable. And it might be the best thing for Shai's career to play with CP3, who has been doing his thing for so many years. I know Chris has never won the championship, and he gets the playoff rap, but he's about as good of a point guard as you've seen in the NBA ever. And there are worse things to do than get traded to OKC and then have Chris Paul mentor you along the way. They have a friendship that seems genuine. Chris Paul loves this kid. It's not just him, too. They have 3 guards that really do it. Dennis Schroeder as well. In postgame, it was Schroeder that was messing things up for the Canadian kid.
Shai, your first career triple-double, but 20 rebounds? What's going on with that?
Honestly, BK challenged me before the game.
20, and 10? That's so tough, bro.
Trying to catch rush, to be honest.
Oh, my God.
20 next, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we just knew if we wanted to get a lead and come out here with a win.
20 is so tough. Yeah.
Bro, you here with us?
My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's a tough schedule, you know.
It's a lot.
It is. Yeah. It is for NBAers as well. And I know we're excited to see Zion Williamson finally make his debut, but we saw a little something from the soon-to-be rookie phenom that maybe we weren't expecting at the end of the game in Detroit. Bro!
I feel this so much.
It's a 3-point game with less than 2 to play. Wake up!
This is first-year university, 8 a.m. psychology, 1100, and I cannot keep my eyeballs open. Like, I know this.
What do you mean? This is yesterday at work.
No,
because it's yesterday at work. Like, whatever, man. I saw you too.
I know.
Don't pretend you're not caught sleeping up at that desk. I'm sitting next to you.
He does sit beside me.
I see you.
It's bait.
I see you. All right, let's end on a lighter note. A couple former Blue Jays working out this offseason. I use the quotes because I don't know what the hell this is. Let's start with Marcus Stroman, who may be starting a new trend. I guess this is for balance and dexterity, and he's balancing a nice glass of wine. I don't know what the value of the wine is, Danielle. Don't get mad that he might waste it if it spills, but clearly he knows what he's doing.
Better be a cheap bottle.
Yeah,
I doubt with Marcus Stroman.
I doubt it is.
But also, that is peak form. The knees, a couple inches off the ground, tabletop back. Like, that's serious business, and that's hard mobility.
All right, we get it. You work out. Okay. It wasn't just him. Another former Jay, Kevin Pillar, doing his thing. This feels a little more dangerous.
Way
like,
better.
I'm all about this here.
Yeah.
Oh, are you, Eric?
Yes.
Are you all about this?
I am.
Because as the newcomer on our show this week, and I know you filled in a bunch of times, and we love having you here, we felt it would be appropriate if you tried this. D, what do you got?
This feels like an initiation of sorts.
Yeah, it does.
It's a very friendly one, though, E, and
very
I like
friendly.
you
But also, you are the most fit of the three of us. Respectfully. Respectfully.
Arguably.
So please.
Oh, boy.
If you will.
All right, everybody.
I have faith, E, that you can do this, okay?
I have no faith.
I have all the faith in the world.
I have no faith either. Here we go.
Oh, God. Getting to the floor is a tough start.
All right.
All right, you ready? You got that tabletop back
Let's see.
or what?
I don't think so.
Keep that core strength.
Okay. Are
we
good?
You're good. You're good.
Spill.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Little steps. Little steps. Yeah, you don't have to make such big steps. Littler ones.
This is pretty good.
Oh.
This is pretty good.
This is excellent. Honestly, I don't know if
anything... Oh, my God. I thought this was going to fall 10 times ago.
Look at you go.
Count it for the win.
I'm very impressed.